What's going on, Straw Hat Brian? We are back again, here to deliver my One Piece Chapter 906 review for you guys. If you haven't read it yet, I suggest you do so now. Spoilers are going to be in this video, man. Without anything left to say, my G's, let's talk about this chapter. So, open up, we got to talk about this cover story. Cover story begins. It is Columbus, and he's doing a cleaning check with his first mate, Columbus. I don't know what's going on with Columbus and his, cover stories, because they're getting kind of weak, man. I don't know. They're almost as weak as Hydrogen. I mean, at least he's doing stuff, but, he was folding clothes in the last one. Now he's doing a cleaning check. This dude's thorough, though. I mean, he's very hygienic, He's a very hygienic pirate captain now. All right. Let's talk about the chapter. Chapters open up, as Shirahoshi and the other fishmen and mermen, as they begin to ascend up to the gate or the entrance of Marygeoise. They're ascending the staircase, and there's these stone statue warriors, and I'm wondering, are those the 20 warriors or the 20 kings that basically helped or formed the world government, and they ended up taking down the ancient kingdom? I wonder if those are the previous rulers. That's what I'm wondering. And then next, we see that Marygeoise is huge. I love the way that Oda drew Marygeoise. It's like a gigantic castle, towering so high, even higher than it already is, because it already sits on top of the red line. And then we see that there's a man-made forest, and then we also see that there's a moving walkway that's called a travelter, and it's operated underneath the ground via slaves, and they're in horrible working conditions, and they're doing backbreaking labor, and you see one of the slaves are oh my god, somebody just kill me, man, just kill me now. So I'm pretty sure one of the things that the Revolutionary Army is going to do is they're going to free all those slaves as a declaration of war. That's going to be one of their declaration of war points. That's what I believe. So scene shifts over. We see Charlos spying. He's spying from his window on people who are coming in to the reverie, and he sees Shirahoshi, and dude's just being a straight up creep, snot coming from his nose, looking like a weirdo, talking about some father, please, looking so thirsty, man. I never seen a man so thirsty. So anyway, scene shifts over, we got Vivi and Rebecca finally meeting, they're beginning to speak of Luffy, hey, Luffy, how'd you meet Luffy? Luffy did all this for my kingdom, blah, 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 it's great to catch up with all these, old faces, these old Nakama. So Shirahoshi, she overhears, and she decides, yo, y'all talking about Luffy? I'm about to join in on this conversation. Luffy, I know Luffy too. So that's all swell and dandy. And then little do you know, Don Side just comes on, strolling on in, all chill, all cool. And then he reunites with his homeboy, Leo. And then they're yo, what you doing here, bro? Wasn't expecting to see you here. And then we also get the reveal that after this mission, who knows what mission it is, maybe he's just talking about the reverie in general, but Don Tai reveals after this mission, he's going to defect from Kano Kuni. So I'm wondering how all that's going to play out, because we already saw that he broke up with his bride, but although that she was, she was a polygamist, so she was going to have several other husbands anyway, or she already had several other husbands anyway. So now I'm wondering, how is that all going to play out? Because, he was supposed to be the ruler, but I'm pretty sure that would work out more for his brother, because his brother aspired to be the ruler, for the Don family of Kano Kuni. So I think that would be really cool to see that, his brother gets what he wants, and I think Don's side would get what he wants, and that is to basically be free of his own destiny. So I think that's really cool. Wapol comes in, starts talking that trash, because he overhears them talking about Luffy and whatever, and then, he sees Dalton, and he sees Vivi and wants to come approach Vivi, but then Dalton steps in bruh, ain't nobody got time for you, your little jabs, Wapol, we get it on right here, right now. And then Wapol want no parts. He want no parts of my boy Dalton. So, and we also see Dr. Kreia, who also just has to state that she's 100 and something years old or whatever. Or Wapol just remembers that she's really old. It's bruh, how are you still alive? So I thought that was really funny. I thought that was really cool. And then when the scene shifts over, and this was the most interesting part of the chapter, the scene shifts over and we actually get to see Doflamingo, and we find out that Doflamingo is being hidden away and being protected by Magellan from an assassin, from someone from Marygeoise is coming to assassinate Doflamingo and Imble Down. And I think that's amazing because it's like Magellan could just kill him anyway, because the secret that Doflamingo knows, the national treasure of Marygeoise, the secret that he knows could, impact the world tremendously. You know what I mean? It could turn the world upside down. That's so he stated. So I just think that's really crazy that Magellan is choosing to protect him. So I think that Magellan probably knows something, and I think that means that future events may be Magellan for maybe a vigilante or a good guy, the middle ground somewhere. But the final scene, and I think this was a scene that everybody probably really liked, was in Marygeoise, a silhouette with a crown, almost maybe might be a girl, but I think this person might be the true ruler, or connected to the true ruler of the celestial dragons. And that person is holding 2 bounty posters, and this person enters a chamber, a secret treasury chamber. And then when you see, as they're entering the chamber, there's like 7 different rooms that the person's facing, and he's walking to or he or she is walking to the room that is basically, lit up. That's basically the chamber that we're supposed to focus on. But we see that the rest of that panel is whitened out. I believe the back portion, or the back wall that we are not seeing of that gigantic room, because when you see that room is gigantic, and then you just see that they house at these different chambers, treasure chambers. So, but I think that part that was whitened out purposely by Oda is the world government, or the celestial dragons, their viewpoint of the Void Century. They have their own mural or painting, I believe, like how Eneru found those carvings on the moon that revealed all those big findings and all those those crazy different lore of where the the Birkins and the Shindorians and all them, and where they came from. I think that's the same thing, and I think that mural in that chamber will detail or at least the celestial dragons' history, and those 20 kings, those leaders, their history, and how they took down the ancient kingdom. That's what I believe. And I think that's what Rayleigh meant when he said that they were too hasty when they first found One Piece and they learned the true history, because they were missing both sides. And I think when you get into Marygeoise, you will find that true history, or that missing portion of history. Because I think that the whole world's government legacy, I think it's built on a lie. I honestly do believe it's built on a lie, or built on a white lie. But when you see that figure, that silhouette with the crown, when they enter the chamber, you see it is a cryogenically frozen gigantic straw hat, clearly looking to be able to fit at least someone about Whitebeard size, maybe Oars Jr. size, or maybe even Kaido size. So I think that might be why the world government is trying to create giants, or replicate giantification. It's for someone to wear the hat, because I think the hat has some form of magical ability, some form of ancient magic is imbued into that hat, or ancient hockey is imbued into that hat. And I think that hat can cause storms, weather changing, freak phenomena, or even basically just being tied to fate itself, being able to change one's fate. I think that hat has that power, that ability. And I think in those 7 chambers, there are 7 other treasures. Well, we saw that the one was the straw hat, but I think in the other chambers is 6 other treasures for other members of the Straw Hats, or other members of the Grand Fleet to wield, or other members that we have been introduced in the One Piece story. But that is what I believe. I believe that this straw hat has to have some kind of power, some kind of ability, because we see Luffy's straw hat has some kind of as you would say, like some kind of like divine power. Like when Luffy was saved by the lightning bolt, everybody thinks that it was Dragon during Log Town when he was going to be executed in the first half of One Piece. We thought Luffy was going to be executed, and he was saved by, you know, a lightning bolt, and we thought it was Dragon. But what if it was really the hat? Because someone in the crowd, or it was Smoker, I believe, said this has to be nothing short of divine intervention. So I think the hat plays a role, and I think the reason why the person was carrying that poster is to confirm the hat. And I think the other person in that bounty poster, the second bounty poster, I think that other person has to be either Gold Roger or Joy Boy, and I think it's Joy D Boy. That's what I believe. I think that Joy Boy is a D, and it's Joy D Boy. That's what I believe. So this is, you know, Straw Hat Brian. I'm going to be signing out. I'm going to have to rate this chapter a solid 5 out of 5. Honestly, a solid 5 out of 5. This chapter was amazing. Details were amazing. Marygeoise is amazing. I can only anticipate and can't wait with excitement to see what's going to happen next. So please like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Dislike the video if you dislike the video. Hit that notification bell for more. Straw Hat Brian, I'm signing out. You guys have a wonderful night.